episode is brought to you by Ronzoni and Blue Ribbon, available at all local stores.
Welcome back to Chef It Up, everyone. I'm your host, Cynthia Smith, and I am super excited about this dish today. We are cooking with Kalik, okay? And I'm super excited. Y'all know I love to cook with some rum and some bear. I think it just makes the food taste so much better. So let me now introduce you to our chef, Amanda Ferguson from Biggity.
Hi.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Your hair is beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
love that color.
Appreciate it.
So let's just introduce Amanda, you guys. Take a listen and learn more about the chef.
Hey, I'm Amanda, the founder of Biggity. We are a multifaceted, Bahamian-owned, family-run oriented business here in Nassau. We pride ourselves on all things Bahamian, mostly our Bahamian ingredients, which of course we get right here in the Bahamas. Most importantly, I am a proud mom of 2 amazing children and an incredibly lucky wife. I encourage you to visit our bistro on Bay Street, which is located right above Pandora and across the street from Scotiabank. Come and support us.
All right, now that you know more about our chef, let's learn more about this dish. Tell me a little bit about this Kalik braised stew chicken that we're doing today.
So what we're doing is we're incorporating Kalik in a traditional Bahamian recipe such as stew chicken, but because we're Biggity in every sense of the word, we're making it our own.
Awesome. So tell me about the ingredients. And I read a little bit about your company. You use all Bahamian ingredients.
We do. So
Awesome.
we use as much Bahamian ingredients as we can find. Today we're cooking with coconut oil that we got from Andres.
What?
We have local Long Island sea salt.
Nice.
We have Kalik. We have our Biggity pepper sauce that we make with natural ingredients as well, and some locally grown sweet potato.
Awesome. And some abaco chicken.
Of course, the highlight of the dish.
Awesome. And I heard when we were talking a little bit offset, you were talking a little bit about this tea company that you guys use as well.
Yeah,
That's
we
local.
do. We use a lot of local companies actually. So being an entrepreneur, we also try to use other entrepreneurs
Great.
to keep the money within the country in a sense of help each other out. So we use a tea company that provides us with our teas as naturally Bahamian. We use all of our herbs we get from Greenleaf Farms and lettuce from local farms here. We don't use anything that you can find here that is purchased abroad. So anything that's grown here, we use.
And I'm sure that makes business a little easier to run because you're getting everything right here.
It does. It
It's a
does.
smart
A little more
move.
expensive, actually, believe it or not.
Really?
But yeah, it is more expensive to buy local, but on the long run, it really works out. Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys, we are here with Amanda from Biggity, and we are making her, can I call it famous?
Sure. Speak
Her
it.
famous Kalik braised stew chicken. This is Chef It Up, you guys. We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Ronzoni and Blue Ribbon, available at all local stores.
All right, you guys, welcome back to Chef It Up, and I am setting the mood. If you didn't know, I'm still here with Amanda, but if you didn't know, Biggity is not only known for their great food, but also their deliciously smelling candles.
Yeah.
I love your candles, and
Thank
today
you.
we are using the pumpkin.
Yes.
The pumpkin one, this is a new one, right?
Yes, brand new.
Perfect. And Biggity started out as a candle making company, or?
No, actually, Biggity started out with our pepper sauce.
Ah.
Our pepper sauce, my mom made it. It went over well when I tried to sell it. I needed a creative outlet, so I started with the candles. And then from there, we kind of made full circle and came back to food, I guess. So we're kind of a multifaceted company with a few things, and that being one of them.
All right, so let's get now to our Kalik braised stew chicken. Where do we start with this dish?
So first we're gonna add some coconut oil, which is right
Okay.
here, into the pot.
Awesome.
Which we
Pour
already
the whole
have here.
thing?
You can pour the whole thing in there.
Okay.
Fantastic. So that's coconut oil from Andres. So then we would add our onion,
Uh-huh.
as well as our garlic. You can just drop the whole thing in there. Fantastic.
A sizzle already starting.
Yes, garlic.
Some garlic. All right. I love garlic.
I know, it's delicious. I think everything deserves garlic in it. And that is our sweet pepper.
All right.
And what we're gonna do with that is we're just gonna let it, I guess the onions become translucent. The garlic is really gonna fill up the room with scent. It's gonna try and compete with the candle.
No.
And we're gonna just cover it up for a few seconds.
Okay.
And as that decides to cook a little bit there, I'm just gonna grab my spatula and just go ahead and yeah, just let they're covered in coconut oil. So coconut oil is a very healthy alternative to cook with. It's also great that it's local, and then it also adds a very mild coconut taste to your food,
Nice.
which I find to be a pleasant taste. You know, some people pick up on it and some people don't, so it doesn't overpower your food with, you know, that coconut flavor.
Awesome.
So as that cooks, we're gonna just let it get a little bit.
I'm gonna turn up the stove for you?
Yeah, that'd be great. Fry
Okay.
it down a little bit there.
So our coconut oil, you guys, some onions, some sweet pepper. We're using the yellow ones today.
Just
a little
for
bit,
color.
yeah,
really, 'cause
right.
Just adding that there. So
A little bit of garlic.
Yeah, the garlic for sure. So the next step, you could start to smell that, right? So the next step that we would add there, and this is a dish where you kind of keep it covered a lot of the time.
Okay.
And it's just kind of to speed up the process, and don't forget, it's a stew, so it's soupy, right? We would add some of that tomato paste there to it. We won't add all of it, I guess, some of it.
Want me to get a spoon for you?
Yeah, that would be
All
great.
right.
Thank you.
I'm your sous chef today.
I love it. Thank you. So just a little bit of it in there. I think that would be good enough. That's just kind of to add a little flavor and color to it.
Now, what's the trick to a good stewed chicken? And I know I'm not sure Biggity is the best one around. But like, if we were making this at home, like, what's the trick? Like, what should we not forget to do?
This part is very important. This part is the second most important part to do. So this here you would do first. The second part would be to actually go ahead with the chicken and you would render the chicken. So you would actually just kind of fry it on both sides to seal in the flavor and seal in the moisture of it as well. So once you got this going here, you can do this in either way. You can either do your chicken first and take it out, or you can do this first and then take it out. So you wouldn't put the chicken in with this.
Oh,
so now that we've got this at this point here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this out. I'm going to put this in a bowl.
Okay. So you guys, as you can see, we just put our sweet pepper, onions. You can take it out.
Yep.
Sweet pepper, onions, garlic, a little bit of that coconut oil in there, and we just had them saute down a little bit.
A little.
For, that was what, maybe 3 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, so you don't want them to cook too much. You don't want them to cook too much. So after that.
So now that we've got that going there, we're gonna start to add our chicken in.
All right. And I love that she didn't wash the pot.
No, you have to leave the flavor in there. The flavor is a huge part of it. Those little bits at the bottom make all the difference when it comes to cooking soup and stew. In fact, I kind of never take it out of the pot. You know, like it really makes a big difference.
That's like when our parents or our grandparents used to save the oil from everything they cooked in those little mayonnaise jars. They're like, no, the flavor is still there.
I totally understand. I don't know if I would do it,
I know,
but I understand where it's coming from.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. So
all right,
this
you guys.
part of it here is just, we're just
rendering our chicken now, right?
Yeah, we're just getting good sear kind of on either side. And that's kind of why I didn't add any more oil to it, because I don't want it to be a layer of grease.
So we don't want this to cook all the way through.
No, you don't. You just want to lock in that flavor and the moisture. And then once that part of it's been done, you don't see any more of the pink, basically. You're gonna start dumping things in.
Oh, nice. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's a very easy dish to make, you know. It doesn't take very long to put together. And one of the good things about it is that once you have it together, you cover it up and you walk away.
And that's it.
And then you're good.
My kind of dish.
Fantastic.
Set it up and let it do its work.
So we are just letting these...
Is this on the menu at Biggity?
It is. See, at Biggity, it's very... kind of have a different thing going on. So we use local ingredients, local lettuce, local chicken, just as much local things as we can find. And so what we do is we cater our menu every week to what's fresh, what's in season, what's bountiful, so that it doesn't go to waste. Another thing we pride ourselves in is that our menu is constantly changing, so it gives people an opportunity to come and taste what we have to offer, but you won't get the same thing every single
week.
time.
I love that.
Right? So this was on our menu. It was such a hit that we have to bring it back again. But yeah, we do a lot of different things at Biggity, and we try to remain health conscious as well.
You have a club sandwich that was on the menu a while back, because I've been there a couple of times, and I'm like, every time I come, it's gone or done, and I'm like, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll come back for it next week. He's like, it may not be here next week. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Because we use homemade bread. So we get our bread from either the hospital, which I think PMH has the best bread.
Best bread on the island.
Right?
See, I know, I just knew that club sandwich was special. I have
Exactly.
not had it as yet.
Well,
Is that
you
coming back on the
definitely
menu?
For sure it will. And then when we do our sandwiches and stuff, we actually bake our turkey.
Nice.
We use a cranberry sauce that's made, you know, those types of things. We pride ourselves on not really using anything in the can.
Okay.
Very much. If we could avoid it, we do altogether, just for health conscious reasons.
Awesome.
All right, now that we've got that going, then I'm going to go
Okay.
ahead and add this back into the pot.
All right. So that was our mixture of, again, the sweet pepper, the onions, the garlic, that we sauteed down in that coconut oil.
So we've got that going on
Ooh,
here.
this is already looking like a stew. I love it.
And now with that, Ianthea, we're just gonna add, believe it or not, a little bit of brown sugar.
Okay, I could see that working.
Yeah, we add a little bit of it. I would just do a little pinch of it. Go ahead and grab some of that there. That just adds a little bit, it takes away from the tartness of maybe whatever we've got in there that may not, you know, work well together.
Okay.
But it adds a little something to it. You can totally omit it, but I think you're gonna be missing out a part of that flavor. So that there is one part.
Just put a little bit of brown sugar in there just now.
Right. We're gonna add some of the thyme. Actually, you can just dump that whole thing in
Fresh
there. And that's
thyme.
fresh thyme.
Oh, that smells so
I know,
good.
thyme is delish.
Thyme is like, should be our official,
Right.
our
herb.
official herb, right?
A little salt and pepper as well. So that's the island sea salt, which has a totally different consistency, you know, than the regular box salt. And that's just a
And
little
how much,
of it
now
there.
how do we gauge sea salt versus regular salt? Because I know I think some people say you use less than you would of a regular salt. Is that so?
To me, it has a completely different flavor altogether. So
Okay.
with the sea salt, it's actually a little bit saltier, I think.
Ah.
So I wouldn't use as much sea salt as I would the boxed salt.
All right. I am loving the fact that we are almost done with this dish.
Yeah, you just have to, like, once you get everything in here going, so that there, we're gonna add a little bit of the bay leaves. I think I put bay leaves in anything
everything?
that is soup or
Okay.
stew or anything like that. I find that, why not? We're not gonna
Why,
leave them out.
right? One more.
We're not gonna, it adds a unique flavor to it, but I find that it also brings out flavor too.
Yeah, and I smell that. Oh, poor pumpkin candle.
I know, don't
you are
worry.
being outmatched, but I knew you smelled so good.
You will totally appreciate that after you're eating and you
Right?
want something sweet, you're gonna feel satisfied just by the candle. So traditionally, we would do it in the reverse, where we would do the chicken, put it to the side, veggies and everything. But for the essence of time, you know, I wanted to do it this way. So we're gonna take a little bit of flour. Now, this soup, unlike most stews, can be made with or without flour altogether.
Okay.
The flour is used as a thickening agent.
Okay, so if you want
So-
your soup thicker, the stew's a little thicker, add some flour.
You can add some flour to it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit, and usually I would brown that down with the veggies, but just for now, we're not going to do that. It's not gonna make not a difference in the world.
Okay, perfect.
So here you go. So now some of that is, we're all full of smoke, right? Sorry, I've got powder all over my hands.
Here you go.
I'll just rinse it off.
So you guys, our Kalik, well, we haven't added the Kalikas yet, but our stew.
And that's coming right now. So the next thing we're going to add would be the Kalik. So the Kalik there, we'll just open that.
And we're not using the Radler
No.
or any of those lighter.
We're using the real thing.
Using the real traditional Kalik.
So for the Kalik, I'm using the entire bottle. We're gonna put the entire bottle in here. And I like to do it with the chicken in the stew, and that's because whilst the chicken cooks, the flavor of the beer is incorporated. So
Wow, we
that
did the whole
starts
bottle.
our broth. The entire bottle there would start our broth.
Wow, I love it.
And it's very foamy, and you can smell it's
can
very
smell it.
beer-like. So
Like
one-
that just kind of settled everything in the pot
It
just now.
did.
Everything just kind of went
Calm
like,
down. Well, I mean-
okay, I see you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the Kalik is meant to do anyway, right?
Awesome. So our
Yeah.
brown stew chicken, well, it's now Kalik brown stew chicken.
Yeah.
It smells so good. Our onions, our sweet pepper in there. Of course, our chicken, we added a little bit of this brown sugar, our sea salt, black pepper, a little bit of flour for thickening. You guys, we are here with Chef Amanda. We'll be right back with our Kalik brown What is it?
Kalik braised stew chicken.
Stew chicken. We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Ronzoni and Blue Ribbon, available at all local stores.
Welcome back to Chef It Up, everyone. So we are just about done with dumping all of our ingredients into our Kalik braised stewed chicken. So where do we go from here?
So from here, we're gonna add our vegetables, our root vegetables. So what we do is we leave the skin on all of our vegetables. We scrub them down very good. And we leave the skin on for a few reasons, mostly because taking it off is only wasting.
Yeah, so what did we just dump in there?
We jumped in sweet potato, we jumped in white sweet potato, orange sweet potato, white sweet potato, so that's yam and bonito. And then we also dumped in carrots. And the last thing we're gonna do is add our chicken stock. We made some homemade chicken stock, thank you. And we're gonna just add that in there, and that's gonna be the remaining liquid of our soup. And once we add this in here, it'll take about 15 minutes to be done.
Okay.
And we're just gonna walk away. Put that on and we're all finished until 15 minutes from now.
Perfect. So Amanda tells me that she is not a classically trained chef, but the way this kitchen smells and the way this pot looks, I don't believe that.
Oh goodness.
So how did you get into just being a chef?
Well, thanks so much for the compliment of calling me that. But it's really, truly just a hustle, I'll be honest with you. When we moved our business from one location to another, we needed foot traffic to come in, and I figured what else could the downtown area use besides having a very, healthy way of eating and reasonably priced menu. So I figured, why not do something that, I like to do it at home.
Right.
So, but I never pictured myself doing this as a living, but I love it.
So what was the first dish you made?
Oh, that's a very good question. I would say it probably was my play on a chicken souse. So it's soupy once again.
Okay.
But this is not indicative of all that we can do. But yeah, definitely. I think it was our play on a chicken souse, and we did like homemade chicken salad on fresh bread, and so fun
Teasing
stuff.
me with that little salad like you've missed it. But okay, Amanda, we are waiting for our Kalik braised chicken stew to be done, you guys. 15 minutes.
This episode is brought to you by Ronzoni and Blue Ribbon, available at all local stores.
All right, so our Kalik braised stewed chicken is finally done.
Yes.
I think I want to taste this, Amanda. So
Absolutely.
let's plate and taste. And again, you guys, we used a lot of herbs and vegetables in here. Of course, a whole bottle of Kalik and that good abaco chicken. Ooh. And it's very soupy. It looks very comforting and very homey.
It is definitely, with the so-called winter season approaching.
Right?
This is definitely something that would be
What is
delicious.
winter in the Bahamas, though?
I know. I made a little mess there, but
It's always so hot.
you're gonna have so much fun eating it, I'm sure.
Ooh. And it smells good. I can still smell a little bit of that bear.
Yeah, you will, and you'll just taste a hint of it. It's not meant to be, overpowering, but it does add a unique flavor to it.
Can't get drunk off of this.
No, the alcohol burns off instantaneously
All
almost.
right, I'm going to dig in.
So I'm gonna let you go ahead and taste.
Very hot still.
Very hot, don't burn.
That is good.
Good,
I love
fantastic. Always good news.
What I love is the taste of the bear. Like, it doesn't taste like bear, but you can taste that there's something in there.
Hoppy, a little barley kind of thing going on.
And I think Amanda said she wanted me to try it with some of their pepper.
Yeah, so our pepper sauce kind of adds life to anything you put to it. Not that this needs it, but you'll see this goes to a whole new level once you try it with that.
But I'm a real Bahamian girl and I love me some pepper.
But
Not too much, but just enough to kind of give it a little kick.
Yeah,
Now, how much would you recommend for this?
Well, as much as you like. Yeah, go ahead and
She's
try
like,
in that area.
She's like, bury yourself. I'm not going to tell you how much. But Amanda, tell our viewers where they can find you, where they can find Biggity, where they can find your amazing menu.
Absolutely. So you can find us on Bay Street. We're located directly above Pandora, across the street from Scotiabank. Visit us at www.biggity242.com. Call us at 322-4576.
All right, and this will be back on the menu soon?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I'm gonna finish my Kalik braised stew chicken. You've been watching Chef It Up. We'll see you next time.